My topic is spirituality and worldliness. Spirituality means living a life in Christ, but worldliness means not living a life in Christ. Spirituality brings light, it builds light in our life, but worldliness builds darkness. Spirituality brings light, it brings righteousness, but worldliness brings darkness, it brings sin into our life. So, for you to build light, you have to become what? Spiritual. Because when you are not spiritual, when you are worldly, darkness comes into your life, darkness abides in your life, sin abides in your life. But once you are spiritual, light abides in your life, and righteousness abides in your life because spirituality brings light. If I ask you between light and darkness, which one do you choose? Everybody wants light, and for that light, for you to manifest light in your life, you have to what? Build spirituality. How to become spiritual, because when you are not spiritual, darkness will come in, sin will come in. But once you are spiritual, light comes in, because spirituality builds light in our life. It builds the light of God in our life. It manifests light in our life, and it is light. But worldliness builds darkness. It brings darkness. It is darkness. Worldliness makes our life to be in darkness. It makes us to sin. It makes us to live in sin. It builds sin in our life. It builds darkness in our life. So for your life to be in light, how to build what? Spirituality in your life. And when darkness is in your life, sorry, and when and once worldliness is in your life, darkness abides in your life. Once you have chosen worldliness, you have chosen darkness, and you have chosen sin, because worldliness is darkness, but spirituality is what? Light. When you don't have Christ, sorry, when you don't have spirituality, you can never have light. Because for you to have light, you must become what? Spiritual. For you to become righteous, because let me tell you something, as human beings we cannot live righteous if we don't build spirituality in our life. We cannot have light. Light cannot be in our life if we don't build spirituality in our life. So for you to have light, for you to become light, how to become what? Spiritual. So my topic is what? Spirituality and what? Worldliness. Worldliness brings darkness. It brings sin. But spirituality brings light. It brings righteousness. So for you to build light, you have to build what? Spirituality. You have to become what? Spiritual. For you to build light in your life, for you to have light in your life, Because once you are not spiritual, you cannot have light. You cannot build light in your life. But worldliness builds darkness. It brings darkness into your life. It brings sin. Why some people life is in darkness is because they are in worldliness. And why you see some people living in sin is because of what? Worldliness. Nobody is born righteous. Nobody. You see, in this world, nobody is born what? Righteous. So for you to fulfill righteousness in your life, you have to become what? Spiritual. And for you to have light, you have to become what? Spiritual. Nobody is born with light. Nobody is born, no human being is born with light. So for you to fulfill light in your life, you have to become what? Spiritual. Because when you are not spiritual, you cannot have light.